Does the narcissist in your life ever try and use the silent treatment to try and make you feel a certain way? When the narcissist ignores you, literally days on end, how does that make you feel? In today's episode, I'm going to explain to you why the narcissist uses silent treatment and why you feel the way that you do when the narcissist does this. Hi everybody, my name is Caroline Strawson and I'm a positive psychology, trauma-informed coach and somatic therapist, helping people just like yourself move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth, because that's exactly what I did, because I've been exactly where you are right now. Now, if you're new to my channel, a massive warm welcome. And indeed, if you're one of my regular watchers, welcome back. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss any of my videos, which I put out every single week. And I'd also say, if this is the first one that you have watched, please go and explore the other videos. I really try and teach about narcissistic abuse through a trauma-informed lens to give you a lot of education and understanding, and the biggest thing possible, hope. Hope that you can not feel how you feel right now. So the silent treatment, it almost sounds now, when I think about the silent treatment now, years after my relationship broke down, it's almost like, wow, that would be amazing not to have the narcissist say anything to you. But when you're actually in that relationship with a narcissist, silent treatment is actually an abuse tactic that the narcissist will use. So why do they do that then? Why do we react the way that we do? Well, a narcissist is actually one of the most deeply wounded individuals that you will meet. Now, hear me out, I get it. It may not seem like that to you because of how they act and how they abuse. But actually, how a narcissist is from a core wound, they're not born this way. They are projecting their pain outwardly towards you. And then how you receive their projection of their pain is what causes your triggering within your nervous system. So when the narcissist literally uses the form of silent treatment, they are using this as a power and manipulation tactic, really to show you who's boss. I'm not going to speak to you right now. And they're using it as a form of punishment, that if they don't speak to you, they are subliminally telling you without saying or uttering a single word that they are in control, because they know that you will be feeling a certain way because of the silent treatment. So why do you feel the way that you do when the narcissist goes into silent treatment mode? And don't get me wrong, I'm not just talking about for half an hour here. Narcissists can hold the silent treatment for a really long time. This all goes down to our own inner child wounds. Now, if you think about how we react as an adult, we are reacting coming from our nervous system. Our body is telling the story of our past experiences. So we are interpreting the silent treatment from the narcissist as a reflection of us. That's why we react. If we didn't think it was a reflection of us, we wouldn't actually feel that dysregulation and activation in our body, which is why now I don't have any contact with my ex-husband who's a covert narcissist, but that silent treatment doesn't trigger me. I don't see that as a reflection of who I am. I now know and feel in my body that I'm good enough and I am worthy. But when we are triggered and we do react within our nervous system, it's actually because it's triggering inner child wounds, that at some stage, at some time in your childhood and beyond, you have interpreted and perceived other people's behavior as a reflection of who you are. That has created what we call a core wound, an inner child wound, those wounded younger parts of yourself. And that became almost like your version of danger, because as we're built as human beings, it's about distracting and soothing and minimizing us away from feeling a pain. Now, that doesn't mean you're not in pain right now, but your nervous system will go into a fight, flight, or freeze response because it is interpreting the narcissist's behavior as dangerous, the potential of pain. That it is reflecting that their silence is, you're not good enough, you're not important, you're unlovable, you are worthless. And that's why you go into a fight-flight response. So initially, when the narcissist starts to do silent treatment, you may start to feel that activation in your body, because the nervous system works on a hierarchy. So we might start to see a bit of sympathetic energy. We might start to get tingles in our fingers. Our heart rate might start to increase as we go into a fight-flight response. We may even start to get angry because we're trying to get them to speak to us. But if they still don't speak to us or do anything, then what will happen is we can then go into a freeze response. So we can still feel that sympathetic energy, but we literally go into a freeze response. We become tired, we become lethargic, and then potentially we can go into a shutdown and we start to dissociate. Dissociation is often our best friend when we're going through narcissistic abuse, because it literally disconnects us from our body. So we don't feel the pain in our body. So when the narcissist starts to perpetrate silent treatment upon you, there's a couple of things that I want you to start to realize and understand, whether you're still in the relationship or you're actually reflecting on past experiences as well. The first thing that I want you to think about is, if you start reacting in your body, I want you to bring some awareness to that. That awareness of that activation means your body is not in the present moment, because actually the narcissist doing silent treatment with you isn't actually dangerous. Your body is perceiving it as dangerous though, because it's taking you back to some inner child wounds. So in that moment of your reaction, what you are doing is you are reliving in your body past experiences as opposed to remembering. And we want to bring you back into the present moment. So when this happens, I want you to start to feel your feet on the ground. I want you to start to look around. I want you to maybe check that you have a container, your body, here in the present right now. What can you see? What can you smell? What can you hear? We can't stay in that emotional part of our brain, which we call the limbic system, if we're focusing on the senses. And then bring yourself back into that front part of the brain, what we call online, so that you can see. And that's not to say it's not a challenge with the narcissist ignoring you and giving you the silent treatment, but rather than coming from a place of being that inner child and not thinking someone's speaking to you, think about a little child and a parent not speaking to them. That's going to be interpreted as painful, right? This is exactly the same. So instead of being that little child in the relationship with the narcissist, we get back online, get back to being present, so that we can see that the narcissist is, yes, doing silent treatment, but it is zero reflection of you. They will use the silent treatment because they really, really want to show you that they are more powerful than you. They can manipulate you. And actually having the silent treatment is actually their way of gaining narcissistic supply from you as well. It is not your fault. None of it is your fault. But remember, to heal from narcissistic abuse, it's not just about talking about it. We have to work in the body. We will never change how a narcissist behaves, ever. But what we absolutely can change is the somatic experience of how we feel in the body about the narcissist projecting their pain onto us. I hope that really, really helps you understand it really, really isn't your fault. There is hope. And if you're feeling like all of this is just a minefield for you, come and join my Thrivers community. It's literally $7 or £6 a month. I've literally come on and done this now, and I've just been live in my group. I've spent nearly 2 hours answering real-time questions and answers. I would love to invite you. And then the link to have a little look to see what else you get is below in the captions. I'd love to be able to support you. It's the biggest reason I do all of this, because I don't want you to feel like you're on your own, which is why it's a crazy price, Thrivers. It really, really is a crazy price for everything that you get. It's like me being your personal therapist and coach in your pocket every week, where you can come in and ask me any questions and I will answer them live. We've just had some amazing questions today on parenting, on a narcissistic parent, on safety, on trauma bonding, on addiction. How do we help our children? So many different things in the questions, and everyone takes something away from them as well. And that's 2 hours, 1 day a week. You get me every single week. So please don't be on your own. Know that there is hope with how you feel right now. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you on my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss them. Mwah. Lots of love.